Coach PJ here. The ability to focus is a skill. It is not innate. We are not born with this skill. It is something we actually have to hone in and we have to practice. Here are some suggestions that will help make it easier for you to increase your ability to concentrate on a task and achieve even more in your business. We know that when we concentrate, when we focus, we can achieve that much more. So first, remove items that regularly break your focus. When you're looking to concentrate, shut your door, relocate to a neutral location, turn off your computer alerts, clean your desk, get rid of things that are in the way. For some folks, even changing locations can help in moving yourself into an environment where there aren't those distractions, so those things that pop up, those things that catch our attention. Remove any material that is not relevant to the task at hand. Then connect to the task. When you think about a tightrope walker and lion tamers, they have no trouble staying focused. They're looking at the task. They're blocking out everything else that's in their way. They're laser-like focused on connecting with the task. Be in the moment. Be mindful of where you're at. Of course, not every task is exciting or even that interesting, so you may have to connect with the significance or the impact of the actual activity. We're not talking about lion taming. We're not talking about tightrope walking. This is just getting things done in the business that have to get done. So you're going to have to connect with that just a little bit deeper than perhaps the task itself. Know your energy level. Most of us have certain times of the day when we're at our best. We know whether we're morning people, evening people. Block those times for tasks that require the most concentration. You know when you're at your best. You know when you can focus. Make sure that those things get done. There's the Brian Tracy book called Eat That Frog, and that really talks about getting it done early, getting it done and getting it out of the way, so that everything else is easier the rest of the day. If you're a morning person, then schedule that time. Don't get yourself at the end of the day thinking, oh gosh, I'm drained from all my willpower, I'm drained from all my energy, and now I've got to tackle something big or something important. Also then ask yourself where the block is. If you are chronically unable to concentrate on a specific task, perhaps something about what you have taken on isn't a right fit for you. If that happens, consider whether you're being fair to yourself by forcing yourself to continue with it. If you're looking for some things about procrastination, check out my video up here. I have a whole video on the formula for procrastination. Check it out. Also, don't give in to your distractions. Don't give in to that. When someone enters the room or a door slams, keep your concentration on what is in front of you. It's easy to see someone walk in front of the window, someone walk in front of the door, and look up and take yourself away from it. But think about that lion tamer. Think about that tightrope walker. They're focused on it. They can't afford to be distracted by the shiny object, the person moving. They're laser-like focused. So keep your concentration on what's in front of you, remove the rest of it, and don't let those doors slamming, those other noises get in the way. Then set yourself some time limits and set yourself up for success. Give yourself some goals, set a strict time limits to complete the subtasks, enlist a colleague, a coach, someone to hold you accountable, to monitor that you're achieving the results you want. And also to apply that gentle pressure when necessary. Someone who's going to say, well, have you gotten this done? Have you achieved what you want to achieve? Because that's really important to have accountability folks in our world that can ask the question. I have a client right now who every Friday reports to me that they got certain things done this week because that Friday is when their deadline is. And they just want to make a certain amount of phone calls, a certain amount of reaches, and they know that by having to do that by their end of their day, workday on Friday, is additional pressure for them or additional accountability for them. So put people in your life that do that. Also, know the big picture, but focus on the task at hand. If you keep mulling over the large long-term consequences of your action, your mind will shut down to keep you from being overwhelmed. So look at the piece in front of you. Look at the work that you're doing. Know how it fits into the big picture, but definitely look at it from the standpoint of, this is the work I have in front of me. This is the piece. It's a piece of the larger puzzle. So it has meaning, it has purpose, but also don't be overwhelmed. The old saying is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's really what you're trying to do, is you're trying to eat the elephant one bite at a time. Get one thing done that moves you closer to your goal. Another thing to consider, be careful about caffeine and sugar. Use them sparingly. They stimulate the concentration, but their effects are short term. They only last 30 to 60 minutes. So instead, try 5 minutes of light exercise. Get up and walk around. Get yourself physically, your energy level, your heart rate up. It'll perk you up, and it has no long-term side effects. So you can go a little bit longer. On that note, take logical breaks. It's not about being distracted. It's about taking logical breaks in your workflow. You should be able to concentrate on one task for about 40 minutes or so. That's a reasonableness, 25 to 40 minutes. Some people say a little bit less. Then take a 5 to 10 minute break. When you come back to the task, you'll be able to take a fresh look. It also doesn't hurt because of our eye strain. If we're working on a computer, if we're working on something that we're staring at, taking a break, looking out at the distance, changing our focal point will make it easier for us to come back and focus on something that's right in front of us. And of course, reward yourself. Know what rewards you're going to get once you complete the task at hand. Know that you have a reward at the end. And it could be something that you enjoy doing. It could be something that is more indulgent for you. I'm going to take a look at my social media. I'm going to make a phone call that's more personal or more social, more rewarding for you. But don't expect that you can work on things over and over again without those breaks, without the reward, without some context, because that's really, really important to get it done. Focus is about following one course until successful. That means that following one point, looking at one thing, getting that done. I get asked all the time about, well, I have lots of things going on. Am I better? I'm a great multitasker, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, no. Multitasking is not a real thing. Follow one course until successful. Get something done, and then move on to the next thing, and then move on to the next thing. If you're working on all three at the same time, your mind is in all three places. You have to shift your mind to get from one task to the next. You often have to kind of say, okay, where did I leave off? Let me restart this task. Let me come back to it, which is what you don't really want to do because it takes extra time to do that. Focus on the task, stay in the moment, and look at how much work you can get done in that space. When you have to get something accomplished, simply follow some of these techniques, and focus. If you like this video and you want to see more, just subscribe down here, click the bell, and you can see the next time I upload something. Until next time.